Have got and have got to are both very popular when speaking English. Use have got and then a noun when talking about ownership. Use have got to and then a verb when talking about some form of responsibility. Have and got together are very similar to the verb own. I have got a bike. I own a bike. These two will be contracted. I've got a bike. After have got, use a noun, a thing. I have got, and then if it's singular, a bike. If it's a non-count noun, don't use the article. I have got information. Notice the difference between this and have got to. Here would be a verb, and this would be some sort of an action. Over here, have got, this is a thing. Both of these are used in the present tense. This one's used for ownership. This one is used for responsibility or obligation. Here's the singular, here's the plural. These are always in the present tense. I have got. And then here would be the thing, a noun of some type. You have got, and then the noun. He, she, it has got, and then the thing. We have got, you have got, they have got for the plural. It is possible to contract the pronoun and the verb. Here are the contractions. I've got, and then the noun. You've got, and then the noun. The pronouns he, she, and it will use an apostrophe S. This represents has. He's got. She's got. It's got. Again, this is showing ownership, which you can even use with this pronoun when talking about a thing. On the plural side, we've got, you've got, and they've got. Make sure that if you use the contraction, you are pronouncing these parts of the contraction. I've got. You've got. He's got. She's got. It's got. We've got. You've got. They've got. If you drop the contraction entirely and just use the pronoun and then got, this is okay for spoken English. I got, you got, but he, she, it still use the contraction. He's got, she's got, it's got, and over here, we got. You got, they got. I got a new car. You got a new car. He's got a new car. They all sound pretty good for ownership. But again, this would just be for spoken English. This is used for illnesses. In this case, we can use COVID. he has got COVID, this becomes a contraction. He's got COVID. Or if it's the flu, he has got the flu. He's got the flu. Or if it's something really serious, he has got cancer. He's got cancer. So in spoken English, this is pretty common, using he's instead of he has. This idea of ownership can extend to a thing. So in this example, let's say you're talking about a cell phone using the pronoun it. It has got a dead battery. Put these two together and form its. It's got a dead battery. Have got may be used in questions. What have you got? For a man, what has he got? For a woman, what has she got? And then for a thing, what has it got? These are usually contracted in some form. What have you got becomes what have you got? What has he got becomes what's he got? What's she got? And what's it got? What's he got? What's she got? What's it got? These are common questions when asking about ownership for people or for a thing. Have got to is similar to must when talking about a responsibility or an obligation. I have got to, and then this is the main verb. You can use just about anything right here. You can even use the verb be. I have got to be at work by 7:30. I have got to be at work by 7:30. The main verb is be. So in this position, the verb is in the simple form. If we change it to go, I've got to go to work by 7:30. This is a slightly different meaning. Going is not the same thing as being. But again, here's the main verb. Go. I have got to leave. I have got to go. I have got to work. I have got to travel. You can use just about any verb after have got to. These two words are often contracted to I've, and these two are often contracted to gotta. This is not a real word, but it sounds like gotta when these go together. I've gotta go. And when someone speaks very quickly, then they'll drop the contraction and just say gotta. I gotta work. I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta lose some weight. But just know that when you hear this, the person is actually using all of this. I have got to. And all of this is in the present tense. You can use this for the future, but this is not the future tense. This is the present tense, which you may use for the future, some future responsibility or obligation. Here's the singular and here's the plural. I have got to, and then the main verb goes here. You have got to, and then the main verb. But for one man, woman, or thing, use has. Has got to, and then here's the main verb. For the plural, just use have got to. We have got to, you have got to, they have got to. These can be formed with contractions. Here are the contractions. I've got to, you've got to, he's got to, she's got to, it's got to, and then for the plural, we've got to, you've got to, they've got to, and then here is the main verb. In spoken English, got to often becomes gotta. I've gotta, and then here's the main verb. I've gotta go. You've gotta. He, she, it. He's gotta, she's gotta, it's gotta. And then for the plural, we've gotta, you've gotta, they've gotta, and then the main verb. In spoken English, when someone is speaking very fast, the helping verb here disappears, and it'll sound like a person says, I gotta, you gotta. But with he, she, it, this will remain. It's not a good idea to say he gotta or she gotta. You still want this S. He's gotta, she's gotta, it's gotta. And then the plural, we gotta, you gotta, they gotta. But remember, this is spoken English when a person is speaking very, very quickly. You're not likely to see this in a dictionary. Don't try using a negative like don't. I don't gotta. It sounds really bad. So instead you would simply say, I don't have to, and then here's the main verb. You can't use gotta. You'd have to change the verb entirely. When you use have instead of got, the meaning is the same, but it's easier to make it negative or form a question. I have got to leave soon. So this is the main verb and talking about a situation in the near future. The words I and have are often contracted, so it sounds like I've got to leave soon. I've got to leave soon. We have got to go to work today. Or if you put these together, we've got to go to work today. This could be for today or when talking about the future. We've got to go to work tomorrow. In the evening, they have got to go to bed. Putting these two together will sound like they've got to go to bed, which is the same thing as saying they've got to go to sleep. You can change this pronoun, of course, use it for yourself and say, I've got to go to sleep. Or if it's another person, she's got to go to sleep. The verb be is often used with have got to. Here's the main verb. Use this for work or for appointments. I have got to be at work by 9 o'clock. This is when I should arrive.